Hey family, today I'm going to show you how I make this natural textured U-Part wig that you see my customer over here rocking so flawlessly. It's very simple. If you'd like to see how I do it, make sure you stay tuned, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and give this video a thumbs up. What you will be needing is a cap. I am going to be using my traditional mesh dome cap. You could use a ventilated cap or whatever wig cap that you like to use. That's perfectly fine. You'll need the hair, obviously. This is a natural textured hairstyle that mimics 4C hair. So I'm going to be using 2 bundles of this to make a wig. It seems like not a lot, but because this hair swells and it gets so big, 2 bundles is more than enough. And you'll be needing some clips. So I'll be using these clips to hold the wig in place when she puts them on and secures it. Clip combs, all right? And of course, you'll need your sewing machine or your thread if you hand stitch. You can do this through a hand stitch, very easy. So let's get started. So I have resized this cap. Normally, we would take the excess slack from a cap. We would take this excess and we would resize it in the front. But because this is a U-Part wig and it doesn't have a lace closure or frontal for me to remove the excess from underneath, I resized it in the back, right here, okay? I pulled the excess back around the perimeter of the back of the wig and I stitched it here, okay? So now my customer wants a right-sided part. Now I make my parts 6 inches deep and 1 inch wide. So 6 by 1 is the measurements I'm gonna use. I'm gonna go right to the side of the seam to make to the side of this seam to make my part. Deep 5 by 1 part. This is where I will cut out when I'm finished. I won't add any tracks right here. I'll add clips around this opening, okay? So now I'm just gonna draw my guidelines like I traditionally do. I'm gonna make my part 1 inches apart, not my parts, my tracks. I'm gonna draw my guidelines 1 inch apart from one another. this will be the opening, and then these will be the tracks that will fall over into her face. Okay. Yes. So let's get ready to sew. Okay, we have constructed our U-Part wig. Everything is sewn together except for this part. Like I said, this will be where we cut out, and I will add the clips underneath it. So I sewed it all together on my machine. Let me turn it inside out. I haven't cut the excess threads so you guys could see my stitching, my line. I follow my guidelines even, and this is the curved part over here at the top that I was drawing. This is how it turned out to look. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut away these extra thread, cut it open, and add combs. So boom, I opened it up, now it's open. And now it was just, remember how small that part was? You see how big it opens up to be? That's why I only do 1 inch. Some people do 2 inches. I've seen people do as much as 4 and 5. I'm like, that's a whole half a wig. So yeah, you could, when you put it on, right, you could open it up as much as you want, but you only need it to be just right here. That way you don't feel like you need to have a lot of your hair out that could get damaged or whatever. Just minimal leave out, okay, unless you like a lot out. Now we're gonna add the combs. We're done with my sewing machine. Add the combs. I'm using my hooked needle nylon thread. I am going to add 7. I'm gonna add 7 combs. Okay, so I put 4 of the combs right here along the end, and I have 1 more to put right here. So hopefully you guys can see me. I make sure this rubber band part is facing the back of the wig. I sew it on while the clip is closed, okay? And I start left, I go left, down, back up, right, down, back up. All right, I'm having a hard time getting this in focus so you guys can see how I sew on the comb. Okay, so let's try again. They're from behind. two at the nape to hold it in place, our right-sided part, and voila, that is it. All she has to do is comb this hair out with the right product and style it, and she'll have a nice, big, vibrant fro. I can't wait to see it.
Take me, I just wanna live, I just wanna live.
Right now, there is a portion of our community that is frustrated and they are suffering and they are hurting. So as an empathetic Christian, I'm gonna go and say, I agree. Black lives matter. That's what I said.